So this will be a short tour of the duck house I built hastily during a cold winter evening when it's basically pitch black up here in Sweden. Because one of my ducklings that I had indoors was picking on the other one, and the other one was bleeding all over the place, and I couldn't have them together anymore, so I needed to separate them. So this started off as a box standard IBC tank. Bear in mind this had some cooking oil in it in its previous life, so this was totally food safe. Please don't use tanks that has had like motor oil and stuff in them, because that could probably, if you don't clean it properly, get on the feathers of the duck or chicken and then ruin them pretty badly. So as you can see here, the design is pretty simple. I've cut um, the netting, or like the bars here. So I cut them here with an angle grinder, two on the left side and two on the right side. Then I trimmed about yay long piece here in between, so I wouldn't cut myself on it if it would have stuck out all the way out. And then I just bend it up, as you can see here. So this is just still the structure of the IBC tank. The opening I cut slightly smaller, as you can see here, than the full possible opening. This is to get the overlap, as you can see here, by the door. So I wouldn't have snow and wind blowing straight into the house through the gaps too easily. The roof here is fixed with some, let's see if you can see them here, like self-tapping screws. So there are like 4 or 5 of them holding it up. So on the side here you can see a hopper, or if you want to call it a feeder. It's made out of 110 mil PVC pipe that you usually use for sewage. So here I removed the seal, so you can open and close it easily. It's held in place just with this metal strap that is fixed with one self-tapping screw on each side that you usually use for like ventilation work. And down here I made a snug hole for it and just fed it through the wall of the duck house. So on the side here we have the normal outlet valve. So this one is cocked slightly open. So as you can see here, if there's any moisture or anything coming out, it will come out and don't stay in the duck house. When it comes to moisture, same thing goes here. So here we have the standard lid, and in through the opening we can see the heat lamp. So the cables and the chain for the heat lamp hangs there, and also this one is open, so any moisture can escape this way as well. As a latch, I use this old wrench where I just basically drilled a hole through a section like this and just put a, I think it was M6 bolt through with a nylock nut on the back. This thing here is just because I didn't have any proper thing to latch it to. So this is a retainer sprocket for a self-adjustable clutch for my car that I serviced. And because I didn't have any proper hinges, I built this out of the same material, so basically this metal band as you could see up here. So if we open this one up, it opens up, and there you can see the water trough is just above the valve that it is letting out. Here I have the duckling that was beating up the other one, and here you can see also I fitted another angle to the hopper and made an eccentric hole, so we won't have too much spillage from feed, because ducks are super messy, and if they can make a mess, they will make a mess. Yeah, so So I did all this basically when it was pitch black outside. Took me roughly maximum 2 hours, and then it was even standing here, so I had to transport it a little bit. At the top here, I almost forgot. You can see here there are two self-tapping screws. If we open it, you can see better. There is a aluminum profile. You could probably just put any like plank or whatever, but that's just basically to ensure that there is always a overlap, as you can see here, between the door and whatever is behind. So if it's the tank or if it's the plank. So if we would have a snowstorm with winds and snow coming, that this one will not blow straight into the duck house, but actually have it more or less wind still inside. So I hope this was useful. I mean, the cost for this build, so the tank was 200 Swedish krona, so that's approximately 20 euros or $20. The hardware I had lying around, so the only thing I had to buy was basically this PVC pipe. So that was roughly 150 krona, which will be roughly then $15 or euros. So this is a $35 euro IBC based duck house that is also fully transportable if you would have like a pallet lift or a forklift or something, so you could move it around your property and put it here and there, and it's also fully cleanable with a pressure washer inside. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you along with your ducks.